Hi guys. We use apps like PhonePe, Google Pay, Paytm, Bheem, and so many other UPI apps for mobile transactions. Sometimes transaction may fail. Money may deducted from the account even for a failed transaction. It will revert back to the payer account, but in some cases it may delay and take days to return, and in rare cases the fund may stuck somewhere. When we go to the bank, some bank officials may say that they are not responsible for transactions through third party apps. But it is not true. There are so many levels of grievance redressal mechanisms where we can approach ombudsman for digital transactions and even get compensation. When the transaction amount is low, people used to ignore the money they lost. Never do that. We can raise a dispute in simple steps. Before showing that, let's see how UPI works. When we initiate the payment in the app, it goes to our bank server. The payer bank deduct the amount and transfer it to the UPI system. UPI system send the details of the payer and the payee to the NPCI mapper system to verify them. After verification, the amount will get credited to the payee bank account. Then we will get a notification on the payment app. If something goes wrong in any of these stages, the transaction fails. The role of the payment app is to initiate the payment. The bank and the NPCI are handling the fund transfer. So you have to report in the app, report to the bank, and report to NPCI after the transaction failure. There will be a direct reporting option in the payment apps. You should do this right after the transaction failure. You don't need to wait for that. Just report it even though you are thinking that your bank will revert that anyway. That's level 1 of the grievance redressal mechanism. Because in some cases, it may take time to get the amount back, or you may find later that your money got stuck somewhere and then you have to start all these processes from level 1 before going to the level 2, the ombudsman. So never hesitate to do the step 1. Report in the app, then you can report to the bank. Most of the banks have this option in their website, so you can report the issues online. National Payment Corporation of India also have a website called www.bheemupi.org.in where you can lodge a complaint. All these links are given below in the video description. Never search for the customer care number or email ID using Google or the social media like Facebook or Twitter. So many fake customer care details are there, so never do that. You can trust the contact details given in the app or their official website. But do you think these steps are too complicated to raise a dispute? Don't worry. It's easy to do that through social media, especially through Twitter. But you have to be careful while doing this through social media. What we are doing here is log into Twitter, just tweet the issue and tag all these participants in UPI. You should not reveal your contact details or account details or any other important data while doing this. No need to put any screenshots. If you do so, hide the important details before making it public. Your tweet should be very simple. For example, I did a UPI transaction today. Money got debited from my account but not credited to the payee account. Please do the needful. Or it can be like this. App showing failure transaction but money got debited from my account. Please revert it back. No need to mention your contact details, account number, or even UPI ID here. So without putting such important details, just create a tweet and tag it with the UPI participants. That's payment app, bank, and NPCI. At least tag to NPCI or UPI. Check the tick mark and make sure that you are tagging to their official Twitter handle. Now wait for the reply. Once the reply comes, make sure that it is from the proper Twitter handle. Instead of replying to their tweet, send the details through private message. The most important thing about a UPI transaction is UTR number. In some apps, it will show as RRN number or UPI reference ID. You can get it from the transaction details of the app. Same number will show in the bank statement as well. You keep checking the bank statement after reporting it, since it may not show in the payment app after getting credited the amount back to your account. You don't need to share the card details or account number to NPCI. They will not ask such details. They need the UTR number and the date. If you don't know that, you can share the screenshot from the app. These are the details that NPCI may ask you regarding the transaction. Number 1. Nature of transaction. There are two types of transactions. One is P2P and the other is P2M. P2P is peer-to-peer or person-to-person transactions. P2M is peer-to-merchant or simply merchant transactions. Number 2. Issue. You have to mention the issue you faced. These are the common issues you faced during the transaction process. Amount debited but not credited to the beneficiary's account. Transaction failed but amount debited. Incorrectly transferred to another account. Transaction timed out but amount debited in account. Fraudulent transaction. Transaction pending. Transaction not permitted. Transaction declined. Threshold exceeded. Now the detail number 3. Transaction ID. It's UTR or RRN or bank reference ID or UPI reference ID. It can be found on the app transaction details or in the bank statement. Number 4. Bank name. The bank you link to your payment app. Number 5. VPA means virtual payment address. That's your UPI ID. Number 6. Amount. The amount you sent or tried to send. Number 7. Date of transaction. Number 8. Registered mobile number. These are the details you can give to NPCI. You have to be very careful. There are so many fake Twitter handles which may look like the customer care support of the payment app. Never tag your tweet to these fake handles. Never give any details to such people. If you keep contact details in the tweet, or if there are contact details in your profile or anywhere online, people may call you. Do not entertain callers even if they claim to be the app, bank or NPCI representatives. Never share confidential information such as UPI PIN, OTP, CVV or card details with anyone. Reply to the official Twitter handles through Twitter only. Give the required details they ask as private message. Then wait for their reply. You can ask the update in the same private message if there is no reply after the time they mentioned before. In most of the cases, the issues get solved in this stage itself. But in case you are not satisfied with the redressal of complaints, you can approach the Ombudsman for digital transaction. But one can file a complaint before the banking ombudsman if the reply is not received from the bank within a period of 1 month after the bank concerned has received one's complaint, or the bank rejects the complaint, or if the complainant is not satisfied with the reply given by the bank. So make sure that you report the issues to all the UPI participants before going to Ombudsman. You should approach the Ombudsman within a year from the date of receipt of reply of the bank, or if no reply is received. The banking Ombudsman does not charge any fee for filing and resolving customers' complaints. Go to the RBI website www.rbi.org.in. You can see the link for complaints on the bottom side of the web page. Click the link for Ombudsman for digital transactions. Then look for address and area of operation. Clicking this will open a document contains the contact details and area of operation. One can file a complaint with the banking ombudsman simply by writing on a plain paper. You can also file it online here itself or by sending an email to the banking ombudsman. It is easy to lodge a complaint online. You can see a link to do that. This will open a new page where you can file a complaint, track it, and file an appeal. You can file a complaint regarding UPI, wallet, card, or any mode of digital transaction. If you are not satisfied with Ombudsman, you can approach Appellate Authority and after that Consumer Court. But in most of the cases, you will get a solution by this stage itself. So don't worry about your mobile payments. If your complaint regarding failure of a digital transaction to an e-wallet, UPI, or any other service provider is pending without resolution, you can take up the matter with the Ombudsman for digital transactions. So we are going to wind up the presentation. You can try any of these methods to report your issues. All the contact informations and links regarding this video are given in the video description. Please like the video, comment your views, and share the video to the people who really need it. Thank you.